Hi, I'm Ashley.
And I'm Matt.
And we're at Premier Athletic Therapy and Sports Medicine. Today we're going to show you how to tape a wrist. And as with any other tape job, you'll want to make sure that your athlete doesn't have any allergies to adhesive or to tape. You'll want to make sure that any cuts or wounds are covered with Band-Aid or another dressing to make sure that you don't aggravate them with the tape job. And you'll want to make sure that your athlete has good circulation before you tape them. So now we're going to show you how to tape the wrist. This is a simple version of how to do it. So if you have your pre-taped spray, you can do that lightly over the wrist. Usually make sure the athlete turns their head away and doesn't breathe it in. So you'll want to get them to make a fist. This will engage the muscles in their forearm. And you're going to start with a piece of tape really close to the joint line. And this is pretty tight. Then you'll want to go halfway down that strip and do the same thing, and then halfway up and do the same thing. Depending on the size of your athlete, this could take anywhere from 3 to 5 pieces of tape, I would say. But you'll just want to get them to try it out, see if it restricts the movement that's bothering them, and then if it is, you're good. Make sure you check their circulation afterwards, so you can just squeeze a finger, make sure that it turns white and then turns pink again relatively quickly. So the next tape job we're going to show you is a little bit more elaborate for the wrist, and it's to prevent wrist extension. So I'm going to get Matt to hold his hand here. We're going to spray him with the pre-taped spray. Again, just doesn't have to be a lot. So I'll get him to keep his hand splayed open as much as he can. I'm going to start with the tape on the back of the hand. On a small person, you're going to want to pinch the tape here to go between their thumb or in the web space of their thumb. You go down to the outside of the hand, come up around the thumb, and you can end it in the middle of the hand here. This piece of tape doesn't have any tension in it, so it's not tight. It's just there to hold the other pieces of tape on after. So now I'll get Matt to make a fist. So that's engaging the muscles in his forearm. So we're going to put 2 to 3 pieces of tape around his forearm. These shouldn't be tight either. And again, you're just using the halfway down rule. So then I'm going to get Matt to turn his hand over, and I'm going to measure out 3 pieces of tape to make a fan. So Matt can relax if he would like to. You can build your fan on the table. So you just make a crisscross motion, movement, pattern, design, 3 pieces of tape. So you'll want to put one part on the hand and the other part on the forearm. So the crisscross part, where they make an X, should go across the wrist itself. So because we're preventing extension, you'll actually want your athlete in a little bit of flexion, so get them to bend their wrist up. So I'm going to secure the tape on the hand, so you can turn your hand sideways again. So we're doing the exact same thing as before, starting on the back of the hand, going down and around the thumb, and ending in the middle of the hand or in the palm of the hand. So from there, I'm just going to hold the tape on Matt's arm, and I want him to try to extend his wrist. So that's limiting him there. He can only get to a neutral position. So that's good. I'm going to tape him up and around his forearm so he can make a fist again. And you'll want to secure the tape. Again, these aren't tight, so we don't want to cut off any circulation. And you'll want to close up as much as you can around the wrist and forearm because you don't want to cause any blisters on your athlete. So we don't want to see any bare skin poking through. So once you're done, you can just double check. So make sure you can't fully extend the wrist. Great. And then check the circulation to make sure that the tape job is not too tight.